Sorry for the delay, we're good to go.
Welcome to the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee meeting, Monday, June 9th, 2025 at 6:31. We'll start with disclosure of pecuniary interest. Looks like there is none. So then I'm looking for a mover and a seconder. Shelley and Tom. We approve the minutes of the Recreation Committee meeting held May 12th, 2025. All in favor? Beautiful. We go into discussion items. Bottle drive update.
Thanks. So we got Wolf Lake collected on Sunday. It was 264.70. I believe there was 3 people that were out. I was unable to be there,
Just
so.
Tom and myself.
Tom and yourself?
Yeah.
So,
Well, they don't. Oh, sorry, we did have help. Shelley came to help us.
Shelley came.
oh yeah, right.
Yes.
Did.
Right.
We were all,
Forgot she said that.
and we thanked her.
Right.
So if you know anybody that's willing to help or need community service hours or anything, that'd be great. Bear Creek scheduled, I think, in the next week or so. I believe I heard something say. Do you know?
Well, we just did it last week.
You did it last week?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was,
Yeah.
sorry.
I think
We
we were
could go
just
Sunday.
under where you were. We did it Friday,
Oh,
You did it.
okay.
Yeah.
270. Oh, we were just over it. You can't remember either, right? 272, 49.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it wasn't, okay.
Sorry.
I will check tomorrow. Yes.
Yes, because unfortunately we have to rely on James having the trailer available. So when.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to maybe see if we make other arrangements. Because I've had a few people wanna help, but they've been there a couple times on Sundays and nobody's been there.
Okay.
So,
And I can help, but I don't get home from church until 1.
yeah. So we'll have to sit down and figure that out, how we could keep a more consistent flow maybe, because I know like Wolf Lake's been working out well. I'm not sure, open to any suggestions, but
Yeah, I don't have a truck available, so I can't offer my vehicle.
Is it possible for us to, like, you pick up, do 2 different times on Sunday, pick up one, do one, and then pick up the other, do the other? I mean, if we work as teams or something and just use the one trailer that we've been using regularly, and then the day's set and they'll be there, we'll just reach out to our other store to make sure how they want it and that the times work for them.
Yep, or we can rotate between the stores and, because then we can have 2 teams, one picking up bottles, the other one counting and sorting. Because we really aren't consistent when we're relying on somebody else's personal trailer, right? So think about it.
yeah, we could pick up Sunday morning, drop off at one location, go pick the other one up.
And that might work really well for what we were talking about, right, Wells? Because we had to move ours this week because of me. I have no problems taking like 1 week, a month off church, and I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
Gone for
That might work, huh?
When we were doing the first Sunday, that's exactly what I was doing.
Take 1 week, a month off church.
Yeah, we were doing it the first Sunday at 10 o'clock. When I joined you guys, that's when we were doing it. You just knew you weren't going to church or doing anything else that day. So, yeah. But anyway, if it's dependent on the trailer, we better try and get
It's
that
the,
settled.
Yeah,
It's
so
the
when James
Sunday
messages
before
and says,
the
I'm
meeting.
available this day, I go,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm available.
Yes.
I understand that,
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll bounce that around a little more and see. Because I usually pick up Wolf Lake at around 9, drop it off, and then we could go to the other location and pick up or something.
and are you
So
using
sure going-
your trailer?
No, the rec has a trailer.
Oh, well, then-
Rec and cemetery have a trailer. So I go over and pick it up and,
Oh,
Is the new South Shore store gonna be able to,
I'm gonna go meet with them this week. I have to talk to them about a couple other things as well, so.
okay?
So once we get answers from you, once we figure out what works for them, then we can make a decision from there, right?
Yeah. And do you guys still do Bear Creek on site or you take it off site?
Depends.
Okay,
Last time was.
Last time.
yeah,
Yeah.
we take it off site and bring it
Yeah.
down. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I think we can make this work.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's, where we're at. We're working on getting some more volunteers too.
Yeah, any students that need their, community service hours or,
Because in the summer, you can't do it so much because of the bees, right?
I prefer not to, because
Because you have an allergy, so that becomes a challenge,
Mhm.
right?
and that's why we found we go and grab it and take it off site. We
Yeah.
found it would been a lot better, but yeah, there's a lot that sometimes get trapped in the bottles and we don't want to take a chance of that, so.
Yeah,
gotta be
no, I
very
don't.
careful.
Okay. How's soccer going?
Yeah.
Well, we had 2 rainouts,
Oh, yes.
2 Thursdays in a row. And then there was talk of extending it a couple of weeks. I know the 2 of the people that helped me have said, I start work in July, I'm not helping you. I went, well, thanks for that. And I said, do you know your schedule yet? Doesn't matter, I'm working in July and I'm not helping you. But school is different, you know, you slack off at school, yeah, miss work. So anyway, so I'm not sure how that's gonna go. Last week was our first week back after 2 rainouts. And the middle group, we had to put 4 teams together to get 2 teams. And traditionally, they've been good, so I think we have to wait another week for sure and see what happens if they've had 2 weeks off and thought, I don't need to go back, or if they're back this Thursday, because it's supposed to be really a good week.
So we did inquire about, if anybody's interested in extending it, like for the players, and the feedback was pretty good. Hey, Kristen?
Yeah, I didn't have any that didn't say we shouldn't.
And if we do extend it, I guess we'll just have to do that if we decide kids to make teams.
We're gonna need,
Volunteers.
and I mean, yeah, we're gonna need volunteers. The very first week, it was great. Everybody was there, it was fantastic. People didn't have jobs, you know. I can assure you this Thursday, we're gonna be short. And last week we were short. So, you know, if anybody can come this Thursday, coaching is just, you 7 go on, okay,
What time is it?
it starts at 6 o'clock,
6 to 7.
6 to 7, yep.
On
And then-
Thursday.
Some people have to ref this week, but I know Will will have that. Or Callista will.
Yeah, you'll have to give your whistle to somebody,
I have your spare whistle.
Okay,
so.
You probably trade me real quick,
that's the thing, I'm not gonna be there Thursday.
and maybe I can figure it
And
out.
it was funny, you can figure it out. Also, there are decks of cards that Will has that he can have all the soccer
I can give
rules.
you those, yeah.
The problem is we don't do most of the rules, but we do have fun. But I've got to get just second eye cataract surgery Thursday. So I brought all the kids together and I said, okay, I'm not going to be here next Thursday because I have to have eye surgery because I missed some calls because I couldn't see it. And one kid goes, yeah, right. I said, but I'll be better in 2 weeks and I'll do a better job. And I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you that. I don't even think he knew what I meant, but anyway. But he went, yeah, right. So we're going to be good.
So does
Thursday.
somebody want to take over Tom's duties on Thursday?
I'm sure we could fill in the spot. I mean, I can come and
Okay.
we'll see what
I don't know
we,
anything about it, but
soccer's not my
Yeah,
specialty.
we'll make it, we'll get
Yeah,
through it.
And now,
we'll
can
do
we
it.
start maybe now working on with some of the parents saying, hey, I know we're gonna extend it 2 or 3 weeks. Do you think maybe you could help out? Because some of the students are gonna be stepping
We
out.
can definitely ask. I know we've had 2 parents already that have been doing it religiously. So, you know, They've been great.
There's a few others that push come to shove, they will step up.
Okay,
As a last resort, so we do have great parents that way,
Yep,
so.
they're excellent.
Yeah.
Last week, the one gentleman, before he even got his sentence finished, he said, "You," and I went, "You're on." He went, "I didn't finish what I was saying," and I said, "You're on. You got the kids over there," and he went, "Okay." So they're great. We've had great support.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think it's still best interest that we keep the soccer party still on the 26th, I believe it was, and if we decide to extend it a couple weeks, and whoever can come out, we'll make a game work out of that.
So we're still gonna have it on the 26th?
I think, it's up to the
Yeah.
committee, but I think it's already scheduled in for that, and then we'll just add the 2 extra or 1 extra day.
Okay.
Yeah, mid-season party.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do the music market. I need a mover and a seconder to approve a live band. Julie and Kathy, beautiful. Okay, so the motion is, we're going to approve of live band, the Rye Runners. They're a local sister group that do country rock music.
The cost?
$375. So we have some room to spare. Will was asking if we wanted to invest some money for anything else, but I think we just take the savings.
And everybody got Kristen's flyer that was done up?
Yeah.
No, on the back of the,
Has anybody been interested in having a booth?
yes, actually, we've talked to some vendors. I was just waiting for the handouts to get to people so they can actually visualize it and sign up. And yeah, I've got a few people who are interested. We went out to that Alsace craft run, and there were a lot of people who were thinking they'd like to participate. And it works on a Thursday night, so,
Good.
yeah, yeah. So all in favor? Live band, beautiful. Okay, Canada Day.
So Canada Day is well off and running. Kristen did another great flyer.
Mhm.
Fireworks are ordered. Hopefully, it looks like so far we won't be in a fire ban, so it'll be good. We got the balloon and face painting, magic. We have the,
Okay.
what's that? Sorry?
Spelling error.
The DJ. And cupcakes.
And Christoph,
Yeah,
Right.
magician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cupcakes, I think was really big hit last year, so I think it was a pretty well anonymous to continue on with that. We didn't have any leftovers, and usually we have cake leftovers, so it was excellent. So Kristen secured all that.
You've ordered them? Beautiful.
We'll pick them up the Saturday.
and it's a lot more sanitary.
It is.
Yeah, I can't, licking your fingers and cutting cake and it's way better.
Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about plates and forks.
Yeah.
And it's just serviettes and away we go. And so if everybody could come out and attend that.
And council does cupcakes usually?
We're hoping to have council and some of the committee members handing out cupcakes and pointing people in the directions. And maybe see if we can get some volunteers. And
It's a great opportunity to say hello and enjoy people.
anything else on that, Kristen? Do you remember?
Kristen, I think it's good. Can you just fix that? Yawn drives me crazy when I see that.
And that one.
Yeah, there's a couple
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
That's why they're drafts.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I didn't know how we get to the change.
It comes through you guys and then we do
Okay,
another internal audit before they go out. So
Super.
any suggestions, please let us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
Great.
this was.
Oh, it's all good.
So,
Perfect.
yeah,
That's why.
I think we got everything covered on that, Kristen.
Fantastic.
5:30 setup. There's just a few tables, some tents, nothing super major to set up.
Marvelous. Next, we're doing movie night. We're going to do a vote here on 3 movies. So I need a mover and a seconder. Shelley.
Like Lilo and Stitch, is on right now. And it's #1 at the box office for 3 weeks in a row.
And that is the new one?
Yeah. Which
Oh, yeah,
is
it's a live one.
pretty incredible. But
So what happens, just a little bit of backstory. We get about a list of 30 movies. We tried it the first year to give all 30 movies out to the committee. Didn't work out that well. So it's worked in the last couple of years. We've been asking around to daycare people with kids. Kristen did some inquiries, Calista did some inquiries, and we found the 3 top movies that everybody's raving about or seeing or whatever. We present those 3, but there is more if the committee wants to look more in depth. And Kristen gave us a nice little backstory of each movie, and so if these aren't anymore, I do have other ones, but seems to be what the kids are raving about, or
What's the deal with licensing to do this?
they look after everything.
Oh, so we pay a movie company to
The movie
provide
company
everything?
takes care of everything.
Oh,
We
great.
just have to tell them the movie, and then Chris and I do a little PowerPoint that they run before the movie and stuff, and they look after everything else.
Awesome.
Tom from Home Hardware has already confirmed he's gonna be out there with popcorn.
Oh,
We'll have
great.
some water and freezies left over, and it's, and come out and enjoy with your families and bring a blanket and.
Okay, so do we want to do a little vote here? Who wants to do Lilo and Stitch? Or, okay. It's pretty much the choice. Okay, all in favor? Beautiful. That was easy. Okay, how did trivia night
It's
go?
in theaters now, but there's a lot of people that aren't gonna get into town
yeah,
from out here that will go into the theater, and they still get to see it, right?
It's way better watching it outside.
it'll be so good, they'll go and want to watch it again.
Did you cry?
Golden eyes out.
No, I
Yep,
didn't see it yet.
sure did.
Don't worry, you won't be watching it.
I,
We haven't yet watched a movie yet, so
no, we haven't.
something always comes up,
I
so don't
know.
worry, we won't be
But,
watching it.
Yeah, I took my 6-year-old daughter to see it and I cried and cried and I look over and she's crying and crying and
Okay,
Should we watch Dog Man?
I have no big thing here, but do you want a park full of people crying? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
this sounds
It's
torturous.
Crying's not a bad thing.
Oh, okay.
really good, like
What would you pick?
that one.
Okay. Because Dog Man looked really good.
That seems weird.
It's a guy and a dog. Or he's half man and half dog.
I guess so.
Okay,
Okay, trivia night, wrap up.
Trivia night went well. Yeah, I mean, between the canteen that was ran and the entries, it was about $176. I
Any
think there
issues?
was $22.50 worth of donations. And there's another $50 donation coming in. I haven't received it yet, but it's only because she hasn't seen me. She told me that again the other day. What did you ask? Was there any issues?
No questions, everything went well with that?
I thought it did.
I heard it was great, people had fun.
Yeah.
How many people?
I had, it was just at 5. I had just over 40 people.
Great.
That's down from the first time that I did it.
But it was a different time of year too.
But it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a different time of year. So.
So we heard that there was one question that was iffy, but everybody respected the rules and they went by what the answer was. Few people thought there was interesting questions. They got everybody thinking, so it was great. The DJ made a couple comments as well that he's a music guy and he really had to think on some of the questions, so it was really good. The only other feedback was they want to know when the next one is, but I think
Yeah.
we have to wait until January or February, but
When did you do the last one?
It was May.
the difference between
Last year's was,
March and May?
Last year's I did it in the fall.
yeah,
Oh,
I did it in the fall and
yeah,
then
sorry.
the one just this past was in May,
early May,
early May.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I don't know what the difference would be. I just think hockey and soccer.
So what we did too is the canteen from that will get flipped into the teen dance. So we brought stuff in that can kind of jump from event. So nothing goes to waste. We just keep cycling it through the event.
Perfect.
So you'll have it all for Friday.
Yes, I wanted to ask about that.
And chair yoga.
Chair yoga. I just want to make it clear, the chair yoga is ours, like we're responsible for it, the rec committee, the Township of Nipissing. The Thursday class is Stay on Your Feet, that is sponsored by Perry Sound Health Community. It's not public
Community
health.
Sports Services.
So, and we have nothing to do with that, other than we support it and we all try and attend in the whole business. Because I think there are some mix-ups in whose responsibility it's where. So anyway, the spring session has just finished. It was started out as a 10-week session starting on January the 27th. Registered were 26 people and the average attendance was 16. We thought originally that the attendance was down, but when I checked the figures from the fall group, we had 28 people registered and 16 average. We raised money this time through donations, and that money, there was $329.75. And we had approved that we could add 2 more classes. So after the election and the Easter Mondays were canceled, we added 2 more classes, and that brought it to mid-May that we were finished. The remaining money has gone into the budget against our line, and we're hoping to do the same thing in the next session, the fall session, adding an extra 2, so that we're not paying for it as far as the township goes. It's the attendees who are paying for
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, we
Sounds
thought
like
that was great.
it's going really well.
Yeah.
So it was budgeted 500 for the first session and 500 for the second.
Yeah,
And then the extra classes will come out of that.
out of what has been donated. I think in August or so at that meeting, I'll ask whether we should go back to donating to the food banks or doing something again, because we've got enough to carry us over for probably 2 more sessions.
How did you feel about collecting food?
It was a pain in the neck, but
I mean, we could always donate money to the food bank.
well, we did.
Or
What we did with that was they could bring food and or a donation. And so, I mean, I would pack it up and every 2 weeks sort of, it would go to Powassan or it would go to Callender. And we saved up the money and turned it into the office. And then I think the office wrote checks to each of the food banks, right? So that's how we worked it for the first 2 sessions, I guess. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one, we just left it as you can donate if you want, and people are really enjoying the classes and the instructor, and so they donated, and as I say, $329, so that was really good.
Awesome.
We hope to commence the next session either the last Monday of September or the first Monday in October. I think that's what Kim is looking at. We've had new people come in at the last couple of classes saying we didn't hear about it. And so I'm going to ask if we can sort of put the word out there. There was nothing about us, the chair yoga classes, in the community letter. There wasn't anything, nothing. And like we've got basically 200 people coming through in 10 weeks, you know. The sign outside the community center, Will, is that just for the fire hall, or can anybody use? Well, then, I mean, I will do it myself as far as.
Well, we have somebody who loves after.
Okay, well, I'm going to suggest that we do something like that. The posters and the Facebook thing, let's push that. And the instructor is prepared to attend like the Heritage Day to promote it if we set up some sort of a thing that says, hey, look what we're doing. So Kim says she'll come to the whatever we have publicly here. So anyway, it's something to think about, just something to think about. But anyway, very successful. Yeah.
maybe she'd like to come out to the trunk,
It's something
The
like
trunk-
that, where she can, I mean, she's a big part of the draw too. Yeah, her
And that's right
personality.
before, the trunk sale's right before you'd start,
Okay,
middle of September, so,
Super.
yeah, you
Okay.
get people,
I'm gonna mark that down.
Yep.
The other thing, I don't know how we get onto lists like this. We're not on any lists either, as far as, sort of upcoming events, and I don't know whether I need to be specific about the date that we start, but I mean, we're not on anything like this,
do we
so
actually have a rec committee page
Mhm.
on Facebook? Yes.
Yeah,
we
we
post
do.
on there
Yeah.
all the time.
we do.
We post on that
As
all
well
the time.
as just
Yeah.
the Nipissing Township.
Let us work on that. Maybe we can find something where we can put a few of the,
Okay, it just as a bookmark, or
Yeah.
even, to.
Don't forget
to-
about Cherry every week.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree.
but anyway,
Chris
it's
and I are
been
working
very
on
good.
a lot of Facebook stuff. and some
Yeah,
other
no,
stuff.
and I appreciate that, Will. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, people have come to me
Yeah.
saying, we didn't hear about it until sort of your
Yeah.
second last.
And feel free to contact us. We can print out flyers too. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to drop them off or
I was gonna-
anything like that?
Yeah,
We
because
can
I
print
think
them
I
all.
will even go, some of the neighbors in my area, put them into mailboxes. Are we
Yeah.
allowed to do that?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, Kristen can help you at the
Good.
office, or if you're driving by here and
Yeah.
I'm here, I can print some off here.
okay, thank you.
I have a question. This upcoming event is a great thing, so why don't we at Canada Day have all the next events and ask, and have something that says, ask me about the upcoming events, and then have it on a larger scale, and then have one of us stand there and say, well, this is what this is, and
So like a rec committee table?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Perfect, if somebody wants to,
I would do it,
okay.
That's a
Wow,
great idea.
great.
right? And have this on a bigger scale, because this is great, look what's coming up, and then have somebody that, ask me about the, the events in our
Yoga.
township.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do we got going on?
Do you want to get a hold of Kristen and myself? We'll make an appointment and we'll set it up, and maybe we can meet at the office and go over some notes and get things ready.
Yeah.
Perfect, does that work for you, Kristen?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. All right. A mover and a seconder. Julie and Kathy. To adjourn this meeting at 7:00. All in favor? Done. Thank you.